coming home to yourself. The temple garden was quiet, except for the occasional rustle of the wind through the bamboo. André sat on the wooden porch, gazing at the distant mountains, while Master Ryo stood beside him, his hands clasped behind his back. "You seem troubled, André." André sighed. "I feel heavy, like there's something inside me that won't go away. It lingers like I lost something." Master Ryo nodded knowingly. "Does it feel like grief?" André hesitated before nodding. "Yes, but I don't even know what I'm grieving. It's not a person, not a loss in the usual sense. It's just something missing." The monk looked up at the sky, watching the drifting clouds. "Grief is just love turned inside out. What you feel is all the love that you want to give to yourself but cannot. All that unspent love gathers up in the corner of your eyes, the lump in your throat, and in that hollow part of your chest. Grief is just love with no place to go." André swallowed hard, staring at the ground. "Then why does it hurt?" Master Ryo took a slow breath before answering. "It is a longing, a call from within. The question is, do you answer that call, or do you let the call echo in the grief?" André clenched his hands together. "I don't know how to answer it." The monk turned toward him. "You are like a missing person, trying to find yourself, but looking in all the wrong places. You are forever mourning the loss of that person who you never had a chance to become, or who never had a chance to be found." André had never heard it put that way before, yet it was exactly how he felt. "But what if that missing part of me is already lost?" he asked, a lump forming in his throat. Master Ryo shook his head. "It is not lost, André. It is waiting. One of the hardest things you can ever go through is grieving for the missing part of you that is begging to be found but never allowing yourself to discover it." André looked up, his eyes searching the old monk's face. "How do I find it?" Master Ryo gestured toward the open path ahead. "You do not need to find yourself. You are always here. You only need to be still enough to see. The missing part of you is not something to chase, but something to allow. It's removing all the layers of protection that we covered ourselves with to keep us safe but suffocated our true self underneath. Be still enough to hear it. Be open enough to receive it, and be kind enough to embrace it." André exhaled, his shoulders softening. "I've spent so long resisting it." The monk nodded. "Resistance only deepens suffering. But in surrender, in acceptance, you make space for yourself to return home, to return to yourself." They sat in silence for a moment, the breeze stirring the leaves. André let the quiet settle into his bones. For the first time in a long time, he felt the weight of grief shifting, not disappearing, but transforming. He wasn't lost. He was waiting to be found.